Hi, my name is James Quattro, and I want to welcome you to my Week 1 Crew Positions assignment. For this presentation, I have chosen 2 positions on a film crew that not only interest me, but are also absolutely essential to the filmmaking process. Now, one position is considered above the line and the other below the line. I've chosen the writer as the above the line position and the camera operator as the below the line position. Now, my reason for choosing these 2 is simple. I'm very passionate and interested in becoming a camera operator. The technical aspects of it appeal to me, and it's something that I feel that I would be good at. The writer is something that challenges me. I'm not the best writer in the world, but that's something that I want to improve on, and I want to master both of these as my film career progresses. Now, this is a quote that I've come up with to describe the film writer. Writers paint the first image long before film enters the camera. Very simple quote. However, if you break it down, it makes a lot of sense. Long before any casting is done, long before the location is set, long before any equipment is set up, or anything is ready to shoot, a writer sits down, puts pen to paper, and puts a story down. Without the writer coming up with a story, there would be no art. Now, putting the pen to paper requires creativity, courage, and persistence. Now, the creative part for a lot of people comes easy. Okay, you have a story in your mind, your imagination is good, is active, but when it comes to actually putting that pen to paper and turning that blank page into something that can be worked with, it takes a lot of courage. It takes courage not only to overcome that fear yourself of actually putting something down, but also the fear of what others may think when they critique your work. The key here is persistence. Never give up. Always keep writing. Now, the writer that I've chosen to showcase today is Christopher Nolan. He's an inspiration to me because he started out very small at a young age with very low budget making films, and today he has produced some of the biggest blockbusters that we have seen. He co-wrote the Batman trilogy, amongst others such as Inception and The Prestige, and he's a writer, producer, and director. Okay, he's multi-talented. Started out as a writer, but he also crossed over into other areas, and that's one thing that appeals to me. I want to be able to cross over into other areas and actually have multiple skills that can be used on the film set. Now, here's a quote that I've come up with to describe the cameraman. Without paint, the artist fails. There is no art without the cameraman. Okay? Very simple quote again, but think about it. Without a camera operator, there is no film. Just like without paint, for the artist to dip his brush in, the canvas remains blank. Now, the camera operator has to not only be technically proficient in his equipment, but he also has to be artistically inclined when it comes to framing shots and such, and he has to have good interpersonal skills, and I think that's the most important, because he has to be able to take direction from those above him and be able to produce a quality image. The cinematographer that I want to showcase is Philip Bloom. Now, he may not be very well known in the larger circles, but when it comes to independent filmmaking, he's a legend. He's a low-budget film pioneer, in my opinion. He's done a lot of work with DSLR cameras and independent filmmaking. He shot documentaries, short films, and most importantly, he's taken time out of his busy schedule to be an educator. He has a very good, informative blog for those that are just starting out. Talks about equipment and techniques that go into low-budget film production. Now, no matter what path you choose in the filmmaking world, whether a writer, a camera operator, or other positions, 3 things come to mind that are key to success: passion, determination, and persistence. You need to be passionate about whatever job you have. You need to constantly seek out to ways to improve. Determination, never give up. Always be determined to meet those deadlines. Always be determined to do the best job you possibly can, no matter what it is. And persistence. When you fail, you get back up and you try again. When you have a project that doesn't quite make it, you start a new one. If you are persistent, you will be successful. Now, this last image here I've chosen, I really like, because it shows that although technology has come a long way since early filmmaking days, the crew positions remain much the same. If you look on the left there, you can see what appears to be the director. The woman seated down front looks like a script supervisor of sorts. You have the grip, you have the lighting, you have the camera operator, and you have the actor in front of the camera. All those positions remain the same today. So if we can understand and grasp the basics, the technology and the technical knowledge will come along with it. Now, in conclusion, I've only touched on 2 positions and obviously requires a lot of people with different backgrounds and expertise to produce a film. But if you hone your skills and are determined and passionate, you can develop a lot of these skills yourself and actually get started in the film business. The key is to just get out and do it. I want to leave you with a quote from musical artist Macklemore and his song 10,000 Hours. This quote is my inspiration as a filmmaker. The greats weren't great because at birth they could paint. The greats were great because they paint a lot.